Hello, everybody, and welcome to Reality Hacker for August 2nd, 2025. It's Season 2, Episode 31. I'm MayorWatt. I run ohmTown.com. That's that site right there you see, but that's Reality Hacker, and that's the show that you're here for. Today, we're going to be talking about a cartwheeling humanoid robot. Robots are going to be picking up garbage, mowing, snow plowing, and more. A robot changes its own battery, and it's kind of creepy, apparently. Robo bunnies, and does AI cheat at Sudoku? It's all about trustworthiness. Again, everything is powered by ohmTown. Go over there and become a citizen. ohmTown.com. All news, no noise, because all the noise comes from me. All right. Hello, everybody. Let's get into it. This article is you can buy a cartwheeling humanoid robot for less than 2 Apple Vision Pros, which I guess is the new metric for things. When there was a Chinese surveillance blimp above the United States, that's what was the standard of measure. So here, I guess, the Unitree R1 costs as much as a high-end e-bike, and you can make it fight for you, according to the article. Yeah, that's what I've seen this whole thing doing, just fighting. It's like a boxing robot, because that's what we want our robots to do. Kyle Barr over at Gizmodo.com put the article together. If you're watching the VOD, then you get to see it, but uniquely vibrant UV space is written on the wall behind this robot. Okay, anyway. So it says, dance for me, robot. You scream at your mechanical servant from your gilded throne. Now flip for me, robot. Fight for me, robot. That's the future that China-based robotics maker Unitree is offering with surprisingly dexterous bots like the new R1 model, says here. The article, again, by Kyle Barr over at Gizmodo.com. Unitree R1 is only $5,900. It seems expensive, but I don't think so. If it's an autonomous, semi-autonomous bot, they've got a video of it standing or doing a handstand on the edge of a cliff. It looks like Murderbot more than anything. Like that face, the head. Anyway, if it hacks its own governor module. They say we've seen other Unitree humanoid and dog-shaped robots in the field, though only in carefully contained demos controlled by engineers sitting somewhere off to the side. The R1 costs nearly half the company's previous consumer-end humanoid robot, the G1. I guess the R1 is reduced one. The new design is far lighter than the previous model, clocking in at 25 kilograms or 55 pounds compared to the G1's 77 pounds. If you're looking for specifics, Unitree told them that the robot has 26 total joints, with 6 in each leg, 2 in the waist, 5 in each arm, 2 in the head. Despite that, the R1 isn't built to become your robo-butler. The device is still mostly there for prototyping and testing. So they've got a bunch of other things, but we're just going to keep an eye on this because this is going to be hacking reality. What are you going to buy this with if all the robots out there are taking jobs? Next article is over in Non Sequitur News. Detroit's using robots to pick up garbage, mow grass, clear snow, and much more. At a city-owned beach in Detroit, a pilotless vehicle can be seen roaming over the sands as it picks up flotsam and jetsam. By the way, flotsam is stuff that actually is floating, and jetsam is stuff that's been thrown out, if I remember my boating lore. Hold on, we'll do it live. I think it's jetsam is stuff that's been unwanted material or goods that have been thrown overboard. Correct. Okay, there we go. And flotsam, I think, is just debris that is floating that doesn't have an origin story, I guess. The wreckage of a ship or its cargo found floating on or washed up by the sea. Yeah, like it doesn't have you don't know where it's actually from, supposedly. The wreckage of a ship or its cargo found floating. Anyway, so the machine is a B-bot litter robot, and it has other mobile bots that have become an increasingly common sign in Motown, according to Crane's Detroit business. as they clear beaches of litter and do other important tasks such as removing snow from streets, cut grass next to highways, pick up food waste, and even provide an on-demand charging to city shuttle buses wherever they may be located. These robots are part of a burgeoning tech ecosystem in the city, which has embraced them to boost productivity. And, well, Sharon Adarlo over at The Byte at Futurism.com put the article together. This is the little bot, I guess. One of, I guess, a bunch of different kinds, because this doesn't look like it can run on the beach to save its life. Maybe they've got another bot. No, they don't have another article or another, whatchamacallit, picture. Beyond these municipal bots, there are even boxing bots, a humanoid robot seen walking in the city in the last couple of weeks, eliciting stares and smiles from pedestrians. The robot was walking and shaking hands with city residents as part of a promotional tour to create viral buzz for the Detroit-based Interactive Combat League, which stages fights between robots. Elsewhere, entrepreneurs are testing an EV charger on wheels, the Flashbot, an ingenious solution for when it's hard to find an electrical charger for a vehicle. The Flashbot comes to you instead, reducing range anxiety. There's no way it has the ability to charge up a car. It takes 8 hours, 6 hours, 2 hours to charge a car. Ugh. Anyway, we've gone the wrong way down that EV road. The next article is over in FourWheelTech as well. Watch these Chinese humanoid robots change its own battery and try not to get creeped out. There's no question that a robot changing its own battery resolves the downtime issues that will arise as Android workers become more prevalent. Matthew DeBoard over at jalopnik.com put the article together. This robot walks up to a battery display, bends its arms backwards, and pulls a battery out of its back and puts a new battery in its back. Takes the old battery out, and it's very intriguing. UBTech, a Chinese company, has developed a way for its humanoid Walker S2 robot to change its own battery. Futurism.com speculates, and this is from Jalopnik, Matthew DeBoard, but they're talking about Futurism.com, that's speculating that with this capability, the Walker S2 could operate around the clock and staff dark factories in China, fully automated faculties where stuff gets made without humans of any sort, eliminating the need for lights and other related energy costs. And frankly, the author says they think that's getting ahead of the innovation curve. But there's no question that a robot changing its own battery resolves the downtime issues. So humans just have this problem because we can't do that. We have to have downtime. We have to take breaks. It's sociopathic to sit there and demand somebody work 24 hours a day. Well, wow, it's really quiet. Okay, let me turn that up a little bit. Anyway, this robot is slowly replacing its battery, but it doesn't matter how slow it is. If it can work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, your job on the production line is done. It's amazing how much I hear about China innovation in the United States. Let's keep going. The next article is over on the Wanted channel. Robo-bunnies are the latest weapon against Florida's invasive pythons. Burmese pythons pose a significant threat to the Florida Everglades, but scientists have come up with a clever way to lure and trap them. When you click that little link right there, you'll get taken over to Gizmodo. Ellen Lapointe put the article together, and there is apparently one of 40 plush bunny toys and filled them with motors, heaters, and solar panels to make them mimic real marsh rabbit prey. And I guess the python comes in to get it, and they get snatched up. So researchers and conservationists have been working to wrangle the python problem through capture and kill programs, but have faced significant challenges. These elusive snakes are masters of camouflage that thrive in semi-aquatic, densely vegetated environments like the Everglades, making it difficult to find them. Now, a team of wildlife ecologists have developed a new program, and it's to lure them using robo-bunnies. Yep, That's what they say. Robo bunnies, 40 plush bunny toys, filled them with motors, heaters, and solar panels to make them mimic real marsh rabbit prey, because rabbit prey have solar panels. I'm kidding. Anyway, previous studies showed that live rabbits placed in pens attract about one python per week on average, but it requires too much work and care for multiple rabbit pens spread across the Everglades. The Palm Beach Post reported this, and then robo bunnies require far less maintenance, offering a much less labor-intensive way to lure pythons into the open. They need to make it bigger so that it can just trap and then like spin the python into a container like down below or behind it or whatever. Just basically just automate the process of capturing the snakes. The next and our final article for RealityHacker is over in Technology Today. Researchers test the trustworthiness of AI by teaching it to play Sudoku. Artificial intelligence tools called large language models, such as OpenAI's ChatGPT or Google's Gemini, can do a lot these days, dispensing relationship advice, crafting text to get you out of social obligations, and even writing science articles. University of Colorado at Boulder put the article together. It's over at techexplore.com, and it was edited and reviewed by Stephanie Baum and Andrew Zenin. So, can they solve your morning Sudoku? In a new study, a team of computer scientists from the University of Colorado Boulder decided to find out. The group created nearly 2,300 original Sudoku puzzles, which require players to enter numbers into a grid following certain rules and then ask several AI tools to fill them in. The results were a mixed bag. While some of the models could easily solve Sudokus, even the best struggle to explain how they solved them, giving garbled, inaccurate, or even surreal descriptions. So Menzi, who is a self-described Sudoku fan, noted that the puzzles tap into a very human way of thinking. Filling out a Sudoku grid requires puzzlers to learn and follow a set of logical rules. You can't enter two in the same empty square, two numbers, or in the same row or column. Most LLMs today struggle with that kind of thinking, a large part because of how they're trained. So they trained it. To begin, the researchers created Sudoku puzzles of varying difficulty using a 6x6 grid, a simpler version of the 9x9 puzzles usually found online. Then they give the puzzles a series of AI models, including the preview of OpenAI's O1 model, which in 2023 represented the state of the art for this kind of LLM. The O1 model led the pack, solving roughly 65% of the Sudoku puzzles correctly. Then the team asked the AI platform to explain it, and they just kind of gave a rambling whatever. There cannot be two here because there's already a 2 in the same row, but that wasn't the case. In a telling example, the researchers were talking to one of the AI tools about solving Sudoku. For unknown reasons, it responded with a weather forecast. Yeah, because AI makes shit up. But that's okay. We're hacking reality. That's what we're here for. But that's the end of today's Reality Hacker. We're going to just shut this whole thing down. I'm going to bring you back to, we're going to use AI to puzzle our way back to the front page of Reality Hacker over at ohmTown.com. Go and check it out. Become a citizen. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Also, just so you know, there are 6 weekly shows. We're slowly going to ramp up to 8. I thought that I would be ready, but again, mayoral duties keep me from doing all 8 of the shows. And we still do the Monday through Friday Non Sequitur news show. That's an hour-long show. And all of the weekend shows get turned into the Saturday and Sunday editions of Non Sequitur News. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, then you can download the podcast. It's over on YouTube for long-term storage and broadcasting, rebroadcasting. And we always stream after the shows are done and before, right up until the show starts. We restream the news over the last 2 weeks. So see you soon. Bye-bye. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wanted for August 2nd, 2025. It's Season 2, Episode 31. I am MayorWatt. I run ohmTown.com. Go over there and join it. Sign up, sign in. All news, no noise. Today we're going to be talking about Asus gaming headphones, the best running shoes, haptics, and haptics. Antigravity drone 360 video and Pico mixed reality. Let's get into it. For the first time in a little while, my 3D printer is not on. That's okay. Let's go. What is going on? The first article. Oh, by the way, this is the front page of ohmTown, but that is wanted, and we still haven't finished our logo restructuring for each of the shows. But the first article is over in the wanted channel. These $130 Asus or Asus. It's Asus, I think. Gaming headphones get almost everything right. The Asus ROG Pelta is a pair of fantastic gaming headphones at a great price, it says here. The article is over at cnet.com. Jason Cockrum put the article together. That's what it looks like right there. It looks like your standard pair of headphones. My only gripe with any headphone nowadays is not really the quality, but it's that hinge. Yeah, for whatever reason, I always break the hinges. They could be wildly expensive. The only ones that actually survive are all metal. Any plastic involved and it's going to break. And so sometimes they do this all metal hinge, but then somewhere up above is where they transition from metal to plastic, and then it breaks up there. Well, anyway, after reviewing the Turtle Beach Stealth 700 set last year, the author of this was impressed by just how much a good headset can improve the gaming experience. While headsets like the Stealth 700 are great, they're also expensive. The ROG Pelta headphones from Asus, on the other hand, nail the basics while being affordable, it says here in the article. So what about the Asus ROG Pelta? 50mm titanium plated drivers sound great. No matter what game they played, they heard nearly everything clearly. Both music and movies sounded fantastic, almost as good as their $300 Sony XM3 headphones. The best part is that the Asus Armory Crate app you can use to customize the sound profile in detail. So very tactile. It has buttons, USB-C on the side for charging, both Bluetooth and 2.4 radios. It isn't a touch to activate type of, what do you call it? Ugh. Starts with a C. My brain just went blank. Anyway, conductive. There isn't any of this like you just tap it 3 times, tap it 15 times. It has actual buttons, which is something that I really like. They say here 70-hour battery life, 90 on Bluetooth is quite decent. You can get 3 hours of usage from 15 minutes of charging. You can connect to PC, Mac, PlayStation, Switch, mobile devices via Bluetooth or 2.4 USB dongle. And there's also an included USB-C cable with an adapter if you want to go the wired route. They say that there's no Xbox support, which is weird, but wired probably means that it, well, I guess if you don't, maybe you can convert. I mean, I know you can convert from mini jack to USB-C. Can't you? They say that there's no 3.5mm jack. They say, I get that this is becoming more common these days, but it's still annoying. Let me see something real quick. We're going to do this live. Because I know that I've got a mini jack to USB-C connector. Yeah, spend 99 cents. So noise cancellation also doesn't make an appearance, but that's not uncommon on gaming headphones, especially at $130, according to this author. I just got from, Soundcore, a pair of headphones that are really low profile. You don't even see them really when they're in. They're pretty neat. I'll do a review once I get to hear them. I just got them today, so I haven't been able to mess with it. Anyway, they're Bluetooth as well. So, but they're noise canceling and they're entirely in-ear, true wireless headset. So I'm gonna have to try it out with some gaming, see what they're like. but they're like extremely long battery life for their size. These things are huge. These headphones right here are huge, right? They're big old cans like Princess Leia cinnamon rolls on the side of your head. I don't like that stuff. All right, let's keep going though. The next article is over on RealityHacker. Best running shoes for 2025 tested and reviewed. Saucony, Nike, Hoka. They say they collect thousands of test miles to bring you the best running shoes for every pace, ability, and running goal. It's over at Wired. Kieran Alger put the article together. They say the best overall is the Saucony Endorphin Speed 5. They're $175 for the men's shoes. Best for your PR, it says. Puma Fast R Nitro Elite 3. The names are getting longer and the prices are getting bigger. $300 from Puma. The best cheap shoe is the Puma Velocity Nitro 3 for $135. And they have 6 more beyond the 4 that they're displaying here, like the Brooks Glycerin Max. Best for max cushioning. I guess max is in the name, so they're $200. I don't really like color schemes like this, bright and whatever, but I guess if it's for running, you need what you need. Bright, a high glow, yellow, green kind of thing. It looks like a Gatorade bottle. So slightly softer midsole, new uppers, remains the do-it-all running shoe that you can lace up for almost any run, and the shoe feels immediately natural on the foot and delivers a lively, snappy, cushioned ride. It's light and full. Full of energy without feeling fussy. Okay, it's a little too involved. But this is wanted, so I want good shoes, comfortable shoes. And yeah, I know nowadays I don't get a chance to run all that much, but I used to do it all the time. All right, this next article is over in the RealityHacker channel. B-Haptics Tact Suit Air, Tact Suit Pro, and Tact Sleeve review. The author of this article is over at uploadvr.com. Don Hopper put the article together. And they say that they suited up the latest vests and armbands from B-Haptics to explore how far down the haptics rabbit hole these peripherals can take you. We were provided with 2 Tact Suit bundles from B-Haptics and the starter bundle and the FPS bundle. Each comes with the vest and armbands, but the difference for the starter includes a Tact Suit Air with 16 vibration points, while FPS includes Tact Suit Pro with 32. So I'm interested in this stuff. I really like the idea of haptics kind of immersing you in a game. In comparison, the FPS bundle containing the Pro version of the vest doubles the amount of ERMs. These are these reactive sensors that when you get hit from a particular angle, it translates into a haptic hit. So you feel the vibration. This allows for fine-tuning the intensity, and particularly apparent in the added upper chest and lower back zones that are absent in the Air model. The Pro model uses a thicker rubber-like outer material, increasing the vest's overall weight to slightly over 4 pounds. The sleek black materials used to make it look like tactical gear compared to the cloth in the Air, and more resembles a cheap superhero costume from Wish. Brutal. Aside from the different vests, both bundles included a pair of Tact sleeves and the same accessories. This is a haptic face cover for enhanced VR HMD head-mounted display immersion. B-Haptics also provided the Tact visor. I want to see the sleeves. Hold on a second. The sleeves adding another 4 ERM motors per arm and a bundled TP-Link Bluetooth 5.3 USB dongle that supports the vest Bluetooth low energy wireless connectivity. Although I don't really like TP-Link because their security is questionable, at least in my opinion. 3 heavy-duty USB-C cables are also included, but notably absent was a dedicated charging brick, a trend for many manufacturers in recent years. Not everyone has spare charging bricks laying around. Anchor, go buy some. You won't regret it. High quality. All right. Well, this facial interface gives you 4 additional ERMs through a replaceable face pad, and while meant to be universal, they're unable to attach to their Quest 3. I use a Pico 4 People are talking about it not being allowed in the United States, but that's wrong. So yeah, they set it all up and they played it. This is pretty damn awesome. I really like it. So how much is this thing? Ergonomics and long-term wear they talk about here. It was slightly uncomfortable after about an hour of intense gameplay, especially using the thicker Pro Vest model. The tack sleeves are also an improvement over the previous models they've tried, but still remain a blood pressure cuff strap style, which over time they say becomes somewhat uncomfortable as it tends to dig into their arms at the low elbow joint while they bend them. Yeah, if it doesn't fit right, then yeah, that's what you're going to get. This causes a noticeable sensation that takes me out of the deeper immersion that they're feeling. With the tack visor, jury's still out. So they talk about the software. I'm not too worried about this at this point, but I would like to know what the price is. They played Epic Roller Coasters from B4T, games on Quest, Arizona Sunshine 2. Let's see. They say Arizona Sunshine 2 is a game where the native support shines and some sensations border on feeling almost entirely real. For example, when dropping a clip into, it's a magazine, into the in-game vest, you could feel it slide across their chest as it fell in its place, even with the more limited 16 ERMs offered in the air vest. It was still satisfying. So they say that there's 300 compatible games total, 200 with native support and 100 with mod support. And then they say completing the haptics, they also make modules for feet and has an interesting pair of haptic gloves available on its website. I want all of this. So how much is it? That's what I want to get to. So the Pro, with its larger ERM array and extended battery, delivers finer precision and more robust intensity for gamers, and it's currently on sale for $650. The lower price bundle is $400. So yep, I'm ready for Ready Player One. Let's get going. All right, the next article is over in Technology Today. Insta360 spin-off Antigravity is making a drone that can record 360-degree video. They've decided to spin out its own drone company called Antigravity, Insta360 has, allowing it to operate independently. The new sub-brand is now developing an as-of-yet unnamed drone that can record 360-degree video, similar to Insta's 360X camera series. Details are currently limited as the company finalizes its first product. However, Insta360's Antigravity says that its drones will be aimed at existing drone owners looking to be more creative with their equipment. The article is over at Engadget, and it's written by Matt Smith. The new sub-brand says that it'll be the world's first, which doesn't make any sense, but okay. There's lots of drone companies. Maybe not drones that do 360, but okay. I guess coming from Insta360, it's got a competitive advantage, but maybe nobody's really doing that, right? Intimidated by the learning curve of flying a drone, if the company's drones can utilize the 360-degree camera sensors that made it famous, you'll likely be able to reframe and curate angles and views as you flew, giving the sensors more, would capture everything around them. If you can actually look in any direction, then this is a game changer indeed. They've got a video called Don't Let Gravity Keep You Down from a company called Antigravity. It introduced the first 360-degree camera. It isn't the first time that the Insta360, though, has dabbled with drones. A few years ago, it introduced the $430 Sphere, which attaches the company's 360-degree cameras to a chassis that can be mounted on the DJI Mavic 2. Using its own algorithms and technology, the Sphere could capture 360-degree video. Stitch it together from the camera sensors, making the drone invisible in the resulting footage. So that device is out of stock. And our last article is over on RealityHacker. Pico reportedly developing slim and light mixed reality goggles to rival next-gen Meta headset. Pico, the XR headset maker owned by TikTok parent ByteDance, is reportedly developing a mixed reality device aimed at rivaling Meta's next generation XR headset. According to information from The Information, Pico is currently working on a pair of mixed reality goggles codenamed Swan, which are said to be thin and lightweight, reportedly weighing at just 100 grams. They were talking about 3 people that have direct knowledge of the project. The information reports that the device features a hybrid design that offloads processing to a tethered compute puck. So the article is by Scott Hayden over at roadtovr.com, which for whatever reason, my firewall always goes off. Regularly goes off when I go to their site. Citing 3 people. Swan is said to be conceptually similar to Meta's reportedly upcoming mixed reality device codenamed Phoenix, which also includes a compute puck and glasses-like form factor. I wouldn't mind the puck kind of thing as long as it's I can plug in with any cord. If I have to use a proprietary cord, then I'm out. It's that same stupid maneuver that Apple is using on their VR headset. Don't make me get tied to a particular battery. Just let me connect via USB 3 or better cabling, whatever, but make it standardized. Anyway, that said, there's currently no information on what Swan will cost or where it will ship. In the past, Pico's consumer headsets have typically been priced slightly above Meta's equivalents and have been available primarily in East and Southeast Asia and Europe, but not in North America. Yeah, mine are imported. Long time ago, though. All right, well, that's it, folks. We are going to slimly and lightly and in mixed fashion go back to the front page of Wanted over at ohmTown.com, where you should go and become a citizen. Be sure to download the podcast and watch us on YouTube and Twitch. There's 2,000 plus videos over on YouTube. Only 60 days worth of videos over on Twitch because Twitch deletes stuff. At any rate, hope to see you around. See you soon. Bye-bye. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the continuity report for August 2nd, 2025. It's season 2, episode 31. I am MayorWatt. I run ohmTown.com. That's that site right there that you see. But you're not here for that. You're here for the continuity report. And today we're going to be talking about Strange New World of Muppets and Alan Ritchson, Keanu Wick. Don't pay attention to this headline. Comic-Con 2025 highlights and a mid-thriller praised by Stephen King. That and more, maybe a little snark. We'll see what goes on. Let's get on with it. All right, so I am a big fan of Star Trek, and I've always liked it from the original series, all through all of the movies and everything involved in it. I'm not a fanatic. I'm not a fan addict of anything. Pretty moderate about everything. And so when I hear about Star Trek seemingly coming to an end because they've pretty much done everything, right? It seems. They've gone far into the future. They've gone into the past. They've done temporal wars and all kinds of stuff, and they've done musicals, and now they're doing a Muppets fever kind of a thing. Star Trek Strange New Worlds gets Muppet fever in season 4. Jim Henson's Creature Shop will provide the fuzzy stars of a special puppet episode of the 4th season of Strange New Worlds because, well, there's only going to be 5 seasons, and they're pulling out all the stops. They're doing whatever the hell they want. If they can do it, they're going to do it. But I'm here for it. I dig everything about this. So James Whitbrook over at Gizmodo.com put this article together. The deck statement is what I just got done saying. Jim Henson's Creature Shop will provide the fuzzy stars of a special puppet episode, I guess not Muppet episode, of the 4th season of Strange New Worlds. You're not allowed to say Muppets, I guess. Yeah, they've done a lot of odd things in the course of its 5-season mission. They've had musicals, fantasy episodes, full-on horror adventures, and even a murder mystery is on the horizon. Now the show is boldly going in another kooky direction, a puppet episode, announced today during Trek's Blockbuster Hall H panel at SDCC, or San Diego Comic-Con. Jordan Canning, who directed Season 2's Charades, but perhaps more crucially here, also directed 7 episodes of the Fraggle Rock revival, Back to the Rock. Will direct an episode in the upcoming 4th season of Strange New Worlds where you'll see the crew of the USS Enterprise turned into puppets. Anson Mount's Captain Pike beamed into the convention to let fans know, well, kinda. So, I'm gonna mute it. So yeah, this is... so it's a video, it's a Paramount Plus trailer of a puppet episode where the camera pans into Anson Mount as the captain, Pike, and yeah, they're a puppet. This wasn't the only Strange New Worlds news that fell out of the convention. I'm just going to pause that right there and let you gander at Captain Pike there. And we know what happens, so with Pike, if you're a fan of Star Trek. Anyway, let's see here. With the show's 3rd season currently airing, fans in attendance were treated to an early screening of next week's episode, a space adventure hour, set to hit Paramount Plus next Thursday, July 31st. The Jonathan Frakes directed episode, and Frakes is just crushing it in Star Trek, for crying out loud. He's all over the place. Which sees Security La'an test out an early prototype holodeck system with a program in true Trek style. And I don't want to ruin anything, so go over to Gizmodo if you're interested, gizmodo.com. James Whitbrook put the article together. There's always more stuff there, but I'm not going to go through all of it. Let's move on to the next article. This is the Continuity Report, which is a show all about entertainment news. This article is about Alan Ritchson's new action movie is stealing a Keanu Reeves move. Alan Ritchson seems to be taking inspiration from Keanu Reeves for his upcoming action movie Motor City. In the movie, which will premiere at the Venice Film Festival in September, Ritchson's character will be seeking revenge against a gangster in 1970s Detroit after he was framed for a crime he didn't commit. So I titled this in Alan Ritchson's Keanu Wick. Could have been Flick. Mac Ruskinski over at ScreenRant.com put this article together. So ahead of the movie's world premiere, director Patsy Consaroli posted the first image of Ritchson in Motor City. In the caption of the post, Consaroli revealed that the film only includes 4 lines of dialogue, which means it will be a very unique action movie. After starring in 3 seasons of Reacher on Prime Video, it'll be great to see Ritchson in yet another movie action project, I guess. It says, thanks to the success of Reacher, Ritchson has started to appear in many other movies, Fast X or Fast 10, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, which I've only seen segments of, and it says additionally fans believe Ritchson would be a perfect choice to play the next Batman. I don't know about that. He's a big dude. The next article, though, is over on the WarCrafters channel. 2025 thriller streaming on HBO Max has a 10 out of 10, or is a 10 out of 10, but only if you go in blind. It says HBO Max subscribers looking for a superbly entertaining thriller to watch should definitely consider checking out Companion while it's still on the service, but if they do, they should go in completely blind and avoid all trailers. Available to stream right now, HBO Max, Companion released earlier this year to rave reviews from critics, earning an impressive 92 on Rotten Tomatoes and securing a strong 89% audience rating in the process. Let me do this. Spoiler alert. I'm going to go over here and click on this, but I'm not going to go through it all because I don't want any spoilers. Dalton Cooper says, go in blind. Do not read or watch trailers. Don't read anything about it. It's directed by Drew Hancock and starring Sophie Thatcher and Jack Quaid. Premiered in theaters on January 31st and grossed $36.7 million against a $10 million budget. It's one of the higher rated new movie releases of 2025. I don't even remember it being released. They say that they highly encourage anyone that hasn't seen it yet to go seek it out ASAP on HBO Max. Now the spoiler drops, and I'm going to go on to the next article. So top highlights from Comic-Con from CNET. It's over on the Wanted channel. Catch up with the weekend recap of the event. So Aaron Pruner, Courtney Jackson, Mira Eisenberg. This is one of the weekly shows, by the way, Continuity Report. So some of this news is from earlier in the week. Peacemaker Season 2 trailer gives us a portal and a Rick Flag Sr. James Gunn arrived in Hall H with the Peacemaker crew on Saturday, giving an intro for wrestler actor John Cena, who hit the stage in full costume. Gunn ceremoniously sets up fans for the official Season 2 trailer debut, which is set to the tune of Ozzy Osbourne's Road to Nowhere, which is interesting since he passed away very recently. Welcome to Derry's new teaser. If you want more Pennywise the Clown, you got it. Executive producers Andy and Barbara Muschetti. Close out Saturday with a raucous panel where they showed a sneak peek of the upcoming It prequel series. Starfleet Academy is what I was talking about with the Strange New Worlds end. The thing that's going to take over is Starfleet Academy, which is more on the ground. But who knows where they send people? Just don't really know. It's set to arrive in 2026, just in time to celebrate the franchise's 60th anniversary. Saturday's panel presentation included a teaser trailer of the new show, which focuses on a group of young student cadets looking to earn their place in Starfleet. Yeah, I just don't know how that's going to play out. Coyote versus Acme gets a release date after being rescued from the pile of scrapped ashes left by Warner Brothers Discovery. The Coyote versus Acme movie will hit theaters next year thanks to Catch-Up Entertainment. Footage screened during Comic-Con panel showed John Cena playing Acme's attorney, in a case that pits Wile E. Coyote against the Corporation for Faulty Goods. What am I watching? Avatar 7 Havens. I don't know if that's a Nickelodeon thing right there, but that can't be that. And the sequel to from Blumhouse sees an unsuspecting group pull up to the creepy pizzeria Five Nights at Freddy's 2. That's that video, but that's still, it's Avatar 7 Havens is animation. Oh, it's a different Avatar. Oh my God. Oh, geez. It's the 20th anniversary celebration of Avatar: The Last Airbender. My God, that took so long for me to, I'm like, wait, what? I thought this was going to be something about the sequel to Avatar, the blue people. Anyway, and there is more over here. Percy Jackson and the Olympians Season 2 release date. It's going to be December 10th. I guess that's still kind of hitting it off. Twisted Metal, I just got a notice about Twisted Metal. There's a Season 2 sneak peek that's out there, but it's dropping soon, I think. July 31st, right. Drops 2 of the first 3 episodes of Twisted Metal Season 2. It's built off of the game. Not sure what it turns into from this point on. This still looks kind of weird. Michael James Shaw stars as Axel in Season 2 of Twisted Metal on Peacock. Outlander Season 8 as well. Invincible versus trailer shows Battle Beast. Gamers were treated to a trailer of new Invincible VS, a bloody superhero game based on Robert Kirkman's animated Prime Video series. They say that they've been following all of the details for the upcoming release, but watch below to see a Battle Beast bare his teeth in the latest character reveal. Dun dun dun. Walking Dead and so much more. Alien Rick and Morty, Gen V, or Gen 5. I don't know what they want to call it. Gen V, I think it is. Season 2 gets trailer from and a boost from Starlight. The Boys Season 5, Jared Padalecki talks about The Boys. To whet the appetite of the fans of the room, Kripke dropped a little clip for the 5th and final season of the hit comic book series. And then Predator Badlands sneak peek. And Tron Ares had a light show and a music video. Woo! And then Crunchyroll to launch Anime Nights. All I want is Robotech to come back, but with higher resolution and more story, more world building. Do it all over again for all I care, but just upgrade the graphics. All right, there's more over at this site, so go and check it all out. And our last article for the continuity report for August 2nd is Stephen King praised this quote-unquote clever and suspenseful sci-fi thriller with only 67% on Rotten Tomatoes. Stephen King's stories have made a huge impact in the entertainment world, from the memorable Dog in Cujo to the Haunted Hotel and The Shining. While much of the work has been turned into haunting TV shows and unforgettable movies, several of his books, novellas, and short stories still haven't been adapted yet. Thankfully, more and more of his work is being translated to the small screen and big screen, including the upcoming The Long Walk, which will be released in theaters in September 2025. The article is over at GameRant.com. Zentzaris put the article together. I think I'm pronouncing their name right. Sorry. The author praised the Event TV show for a suspenseful, Lost-like storyline. The Event was canceled after a season due to poor ratings, but is available on streaming platforms. King has an amazing ability to make readers feel big emotions while terrifying them with tales of horrifying clowns like Pennywise and powerful teenagers like Carrie White. Stephen King loved the underrated sci-fi TV show The Event. In this clever, suspenseful drama, the U.S. is holding political prisoners in the Arctic, not terrorists, but aliens who might be terrorists. The Event in 2024, is 24 crossbred with Lost. And that's a hell of a gene pull. Kudos to Jason Ritter in the lead role and Laura Inez as Sophia, the leader of the marooned aliens. Interesting. The Event is about Sean Walker, Jason Ritter, who's looking for his girlfriend, Lila Buchanan, Sarah Romer. As he finds out what's happened to her, the government discovers the existence of aliens, and the characters work together to solve these dark and fascinating mysteries. And I swear, it's almost a spoiler alert, but I'm not going to go any further. Go and check it out. I'm going to go and check out The Event this weekend here. Today is Saturday. So I'll hunt it down this weekend and watch it, and we'll talk about it. Okay, that's it. We're going to thrill you by going back to the front page of the Continuity Report over at ohmTown.com. There are 6 weekly shows, weekly podcasts, individual weekly podcasts. So on Saturday, the 3 are RealityHacker, Wanted, and this show, the Continuity Report. On Sunday is WarCrafters, TechnologyToday, and FourWheelTech. Each of those 3 shows gets turned into each of the sets of 3 shows gets turned into the Non Sequitur News Saturday and Sunday edition. But there's also the Non Sequitur News Monday through Friday shows that stream live on Twitch and YouTube, and then get turned into a podcast as well as VODs on both of those platforms. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here, and we're going to rejigger and get ready to do more shows. So see you later, and I hope to see you in the chat over on Twitch and YouTube. Be sure to follow us on Twitch and YouTube. Download the podcast. There's a Patreon where you can just join it to show support for the show. We really don't do any advertising or anything like that. We just kind of plop it out there, and we hope that people enjoy it. So talk to you later. Bye-bye.